Hi, I'm Jared. Welcome to Fun Science Demos. The big idea today is wetlands. What are they and why are they so important? Today we're on location in sunny Delaware. Not just any place in Delaware, we're on an observation platform looking out over the bay. I'm sitting here on a boardwalk, and it's not just any boardwalk. This boardwalk happens to be right in the middle of a wetland. Well, how big can a wetland be? Well, off into the distance, about 2 kilometers, that's Delaware Bay. And all this land is a wetland. That's a lot of land that's wet all the time. That's a lot of food and a lot of shelter for a lot of plants and animals. Wetlands. So why do they call it a wetlands? Well, because it's land and it's wet all the time. If I were to jump down into that wetland, I'd probably sink. Why? Because it's wet and it's land. It's a wetland. So why is a wetland so important? Well, I look around and I don't see any houses or people, but there's lots of plants and animals out there that I can see. And this wetland is really important to the plants and animals that live out in the wetland. So what kind of animals live in wetlands? Well, let's zoom in and see. If you look carefully, you'll see lots of little tiny things that are moving around. Those little things are fiddler crabs. They're scurrying all over the mud. And what else do you notice about the mud? It has lots of little holes. Well, that's where those fiddler crabs live. A wetland provides shelter. This wetland provides shelter for these fiddler crabs. We're really quiet with this one because we're looking at a blue heron. He's walking around in this pond. What's he doing? He's looking for food. Remember, wetlands provide food for lots of different animals. He's looking for fish. We said that a wetland provides lots of food for different animals. Believe it or not, we're zoomed in on a pile of poop. Now, I'm not an expert on poop, but I do know something about different animals in wetlands. We're thinking this might be a muskrat. Why? Because muskrats eat crabs. And if you look carefully at the poop, you'll see little shells of crabs. The crabs became food for another animal. And sometimes you can't even see the animals that really live in a wetland. But if you look carefully, you could find clues that they're there. Take a look at this shot. Do you see anything? It's hidden. You may not believe this, but there's actually a snake skin that I'm going to pull out. Whoa. This is actually a snake skin. When the snake gets too big for its skin, it sheds it. So we stretch the snake skin out on this board. Why would a snake be in a wetland? Because there's food. There's food for the snakes, so the snakes like the wetlands. The big idea today is that wetlands are really important. Why are they important? What do wetlands do? It's a great question, and it has a pretty simple answer. I said it's wet land, land that's wet. That means there's water. And one of the most important things wetlands do is it actually absorbs and stores that water and filters out all that dirt and sediment. I have a cup of dirt and sediment and water. I'll mix it up to make sure all that sediment swirls around. This sponge is going to be my wetland. Let's watch what happens when I pour the water and this dirt into the sponge. What do you think's going to happen? It acts just like a wetland. Let's see. I slowly pour the water, and it's not dripping down through the bottle. Why? Well, that sponge is taking all that water in. In fact, it's just starting to drip out now. That sponge took all that water in. The water's in the sponge. And take a look at the top of the sponge. It collected all the dirt and sediment. Watch what happens when I squeeze it. It's a wetland. It held all that water and all the sediment. The soil is rich and lots of different plants can grow here. And those plants become food and shelter for lots of different animals. And all this food and shelter makes it a safe place for animals to feed and breed. What that means is animals that live out in the ocean can come into the wetlands to have their young and their babies. There's plenty of food for them to eat and plenty of shelter for them to be safe. Wetlands are a very special place, and we need to protect them, the plants and animals that live there. If you want to learn more about wetlands, check out our link in the video description. Science is so cool. Wetlands are so wet. Thanks for watching.